Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the pre-match media conference. We have Aaron Finch.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Aaron. I was just wondering if you have settled on a team for tomorrow night.
Yeah, we have, mate. Yep. I'm not going to release it though. We'll see that at 1:30 tomorrow at the toss.
Sure. Is there anything you can sort of say about the balance that you've decided on? You sort of looking at maybe 4 specialist bowlers or 5?
Yeah, we'll go in with seven specialist batters, 4 specialist bowlers plus the all-rounders. We've got a lot of confidence in the depth of our squad. We've got a lot of confidence in Maxwell, Stoinis and Marsh to be able to bowl them 4 overs as well. Just as a chop out, we think that on these wickets in these conditions that they can do a really good job and be an attacking option as much as anything.
Thank you.
Scott Bailey.
You g'day, Aaron. Just to get some thought on where you guys are at in terms of your T20 cricket and your preparation going into this World Cup as opposed to maybe ones previous. And do you think Australia maybe have put more into the lead up to this World Cup than they have, say, the ones 8 years ago?
Oh, I think that it's all been pretty similar, to be honest. We obviously haven't played a huge amount of cricket as a group in this 15-man squad together over the last probably 18 months. So it's exciting to have everyone together. I think guys being at different stages of their preparation for the tournament, being whether it's IPL, some guys are coming off injuries, some guys have been coming off pre-seasons back at home. So I think it's come together quite nicely to have two really good hit-outs against New Zealand and India. I think was crucial for our preparation as well to be able to hit the ground running once we got here and sort of brush up on our skills and just play together. It's been really nice.
Is it frustrating in some sense that the last 15 months have been as they are? And obviously everyone's frustrated in the world that they have. But given the amount of focus you guys have put into the home World Cup in 2020, and it felt like that was the most you'd put into a World Cup, or a T20 World Cup at least at that point.
Oh, yeah. Plans have sort of gone out the window recently, but that's part and parcel with what's happened worldwide. We're fully understanding of that. To be able to continue to put on a great show in world cricket, to go ahead in a pandemic, and we're very grateful for that. We hope that everyone appreciates that we're able to put on a really good show worldwide, whether it's been for a bilateral series or coming here for the World Cup. I think it's been outstanding.
Malcolm Conn.
Aaron, given that David Warner obviously hasn't spent a lot of time at the crease recently, and he looked like he was trying to be a bit more circumspect the other night, do you have any advice for him, or do you hope that he might just try and have a look for a couple of overs to try and get a bit settled before he goes, or do you just expect guys to sort of play on instinct and go when they feel they're right?
Oh, I think I'm backing Davies' ability. I'm backing his judgment. I think if you look at his World Cup history, it's bloody good. So, would he have liked more runs? Absolutely. That everyone would like more runs all the time. But he's one of the greatest players Australia's ever produced, and I've got no doubts that come game 1 that he'll be up and firing, ready to go.
And what about yourself? I mean, you obviously, the knee injuries got in the way and it sort of hindered your preparation. You look like you're hitting them okay and then got sort of pinged in front. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling really good. The knee's feeling great. It's feeling a bit better than what I thought it would at this stage, to be honest. So to be able to play them first 2 warm-up games against New Zealand and India was crucial, I think. To get a few in the middle was nice. I think everyone's in a pretty good space, to be honest. The way that the group's come together, the feeling around the place has been brilliant. So we're really excited to kick it off tomorrow.
Thank you.
Alex Malcolm.
Hey, Aaron, just wondering what you're expecting from the surface tomorrow in Abu Dhabi.
We haven't actually seen it yet. We've been training outside on the outside ground, so that's not something that we've seen. We're training straight after this, so we'll get out there and have a look at that surface. We expect it to play pretty good. It always does here. I know they're different wickets to what the IPL played on, playing a day game. It should be probably on the touch slow side, but that's to be expected. It's a great surface. The outfield here is great. It's a beautiful place to play, actually.
Just following off from that, particularly in day games, how important is it to make the most of the power play with the bat?
Yeah, I think, like I said, even though it's different surfaces to what the IPL used, we saw the impact that had. The teams that won the power play, that went a long way to winning the game as the wickets deteriorated. I think the wickets first off in the tournament here will start out a little bit better and probably be a little bit more consistent throughout that 40 overs. But as it gets a bit more traffic and the tournament gets a bit deeper, that might slow up and spin a little bit more. But the power play is going to be crucial, no doubt, for both teams.
Thanks, Aaron.
Barat.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Aaron, just on that, can you go into these matches, just seeing the conditions and how they're playing with a total in mind, say, let's look for 160 rather than start off looking for 200, or do you actually just gauge what you get once you get in there?
Oh, I think it's all about summing up the conditions as quick as you can. The luxury we've got is we've got a lot of experience in our team. We've got a lot of guys who have played a lot of T20 cricket now in these conditions. So I think to be able to communicate that back to the dugout as quick as we can and sum up them conditions, and that goes with the ball as well. When Starc and Hazlewood and Cummins and Kane Richardson and the spinners, they're all very good at summing up them conditions straight away and being able to communicate that around pretty quick. So, you never go in with a total in mind. You let the surface dictate how you think that's going to play.
And sorry, just one more. Does a player then of like a batter like Steve Smith, his role get underrated in these conditions? Someone who can bat like 15, 16 overs and set up something for you?
Oh, I think anytime Steve Smith bats, it's great to watch. He's someone who's so versatile. He's adaptable to all conditions, all scenarios in a game. We've seen him be someone who's been a really high strike rate, or we've seen him be able to sort of resurrect an innings and get a team to a really good total. He's a world-class player. So he's really important to the makeup of our team.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brett. I think we have one more here. Heinz Schenk.
Thanks very much, Aaron. I just wanted to ask you actually about the day-night factor. Actually, there was a bit of talk, about the state of the ball and conditions being a bit skew, with the dew. Although it does seem that the results between batting first and batting second have equalized a bit. But in general, are you guys sort of like privately, if I can state it like that, happy that you guys are playing a day game, such a big opening game in day conditions, and sort of like taking the dew factor and the toss out?
Yeah, we've got 4 of our 5 games are day games. I think the only night game we've got is our 3rd game against England. So both of our warm-up our first practice game was a night game, and there was quite a bit of dew in that against New Zealand. It come down quite heavy towards the back end of the innings. So it'll play a factor in the tournament, no doubt. I think as the conditions cool down slightly in the coming month or so, it'll probably become heavier and heavier dew. So then the toss does become really important. But what we've seen in T20 cricket is even when there is dew, the power play is so important, and regardless of how dewy it does get, if you can control that part of the game, and it just goes a huge distance to winning the match. So at some point it will play a big part, but I think most guys these days have played a lot of cricket in the subcontinent where the dew is a lot more of an issue than it is in Australia or England, South Africa. But it's just a part of the game, and there's not much we can do about it.
Thanks, Heinz, and thanks, Finchy. Looks like that's all the questions we have for today, guys. So we'll catch up with all of you guys after the game tomorrow night. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Thank
Mitch.
you.
Thanks, Carl.
You.